Also. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunipadi Bhashati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, good. Till now not uploaded. We'll upload this class today. Okay. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Pashata Vishatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna. Very simple process of Kirtan. Anybody can do. You don't need Mridanga also. You don't need Kartala also. You can only clap and keep this simple. Anybody can chant. The ecstasy doesn't come by your tune or by your ability in the Mridanga or Kartal. That comes by how respectfully, attentively you hear the holy name. Whole process is hearing, chanting, hearing, chanting, hearing, chanting. Anybody can do. Whole family can evening sit together, Hare Krishna, and we can chant together. And you can see how much the atmosphere in the whole house will get purified and how much we start feeling spiritual happiness. Generally, the family gets together to watch cinema together. So why not family get together to chant Krishna name together? And that family that prays together stays together. The family will always stay in a beautiful bond of love and affection, with centered Krishna in the center. Okay, done. So now today is a beautiful chapter, 13th chapter. I will finish the chapter first. Maybe I need just half an hour. It's a small chapter. Then I'll show you some video. Maybe I take 5-10 minutes for that video, and things will become clear. And before I start, something I want to do. 14 chapters, a short chapter. No. The concepts are easy because we have been using till now. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Now, one more thing I wanted that I have already been sharing to you. Today I have shared to you something known as Bhakti Vriksha. Yesterday I gave you the links itself for the classes. And today I have shared with you, uh, today what I have shared with you, I have shared with you today where it is 7 p.m. You see that? Can you see this? Oh, this is Tamil. We have so many languages parallelly running. Here it is. Can you see this? I shared with you the links for the groups. So you have not only the links for the group, you can also join the Bhakti. These are the class links also. Okay? So these are the class links. Suppose anytime you want. But here I'm send you the group links. Today I send you the group links. So if you click on that, you become part of the groups, which are already, these are 4 groups. We already named them. We started in the last batch, these groups, just 1 week, 10 days different. I just told them some stories of Prahlad Maharaj. Not started actually, Bhakti Viksha classes. I wanted to combine both the groups together. So what I wish is that after the class is over, you see which time is convenient to you. Either some people it's very convenient is the morning, early morning time. You can come 5 o'clock Saturday, Sunday. Some people find no, I can come in the afternoon, the 1:30 to 3. Some people say no, I can early evening is convenient for me. Or some people say night is convenient. So now I've given you the 4 timings. And if you feel that none of these 4 times are convenient, some other time is convenient, you write to me. But be conscious that my batches are running parallelly. 3, I will be taking next batch also, morning, afternoon, evening, that I don't want to miss. It's so enjoyable, these classes. So that doesn't conflict with that. If doesn't conflict with that, and sometime you want to suggest, please suggest to me. I can start another group if needed. Okay, is it fine, everybody?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So the whole
Yes, Prabhuji.
idea is that whatever you learn, I don't want you to forget. I want, rather than forgetting, it goes deeper and deeper. So Bhagavad Gita, also the study you are doing, you see half an hour, what can I do? I just take the main message, but we are not cramming important shlokas. We are not even chanting all the shlokas. And we are not going deeper into the meaning because every shloka, there is a lot of vyakhyana by great acharyas, lot of understandings by them. We are not doing that now. And the Bhagavad Gita is one book. Then what about other books? We have Bhagavata, huge. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam are the topmost Vedic literatures by Lord Chaitanya because it teaches how to go back to Krishna's lotus feet. Many other Vedic literatures may mainly Triguniya Veshya Veda Nistariguniya Bhavarjana teaches how to live nicely in this world. But that is important, but more important is how to get out of the world and reach Krishna's lotus feet. Because Gita has that pure message also in it. Therefore, Gita is considered the topmost Vedic literature. And Bhagavatam, Gita is the post-graduation, Bhagavatam is the post-graduation. So therefore, these are the most important two books if you want to pick out these two. And see how much time do we have? We hardly have any time. Reading Bhagavad Gita takes so much time. This much fat book. This is Bhagavad Gita. And if I tell you have to study Gita and give me examination at the every chapter, not like what I'm giving you now. If I give you real examination, you'll have to take at least 1 week to study one chapter. 1 week. That also may not be sufficient. And then 18 chapters. And then connect all the chapters together. And then different topics at different chapters. So if I topic wise study of Gita will be different than chapter study. This all is a beautiful study. And that's just one book. Then there is Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam with 18,000 verses. There are 18 books like this. 18 books like this. That is Bhagavatam. So another beautiful book. So that much itself, 19. Plus 11 books are there for Chaitanya Charitamrita. Life and Teaching of Lord Chaitanya, which I take class in the night. 11, 30 books. Plus Nectar of Devotion. There are different stages of spiritual development. How we know we are advancing or not. What are the symptoms? 31. So many books are there, and 31 books like this, I think, is enough for my life. What do you feel? So there is a lot of matter. Prabhupada wrote around 100 books like this, but these 31 at least we focus to study. That will be very nice. And my also request to everybody will just see if you can try to commit at least try to chant one round a day. And that is my desire that as soon as possible you become at least this much commitment to the Lord. My Lord, I'll chant one round at least every day. That will be very nice. And if I can do that, maybe I can send a form, and those people all who commit to chant one round a day, I can offer that to Lord Krishna on Janmashtami. My dear Lord, today is a Janmashtami and these people want to serve you and they have committed to chant at least one round. These people are committed to chant at least 4 rounds. These people are committed to chant 8 rounds. It is pleasing to the Lord because Krishna knows if they do that, they guaranteed their spiritual development will occur. Spiritual life is not just, see, conscious Brown confirm. Spiritual life not only armchair philosophy, it is personal practice. So this practices come into being, everything will become magnificent. Okay, we start today's chapter. This is day 14. We are almost ending the Bhagavad Gita. 4 more days, 15, 16, 17, 18. Please hold on. All the people are attending the class. I see now 98, started at 350. Whatever my deficiency or people are impatient, they have run away. I'm just saying whatever it is, I'm trying sincerely. Hold on, please. Let us finish the Bhagavad Gita. It's a great spiritual credit to even hear what Krishna's glorification in Bhagavad Gita. It's a great spiritual credit. This is called Gurunataya Vibhaga Yoga, 3 modes, and that is in a soft language, in a real language, Maya. This chapter on Maya. Devotee is not scared of anything, but is scared of Maya, in the sense that he doesn't want to forget the Lord. Somehow, after so many lives, I came to know I'm a servant of Krishna and I'm engaged in his service. I don't want to forget that. So he's scared of being trapped by Maya. Maya means first thing it is, it makes you forget God. But it's not that Maya will catch anybody. First thing is you having the criminal desire. Nobody can harm you unless you harm yourself. Nobody can harm you unless you harm yourself. Suppose I'm sitting here, now I plan, how do I enjoy my senses? Immediately Maya starts the job. But in sitting here and say, how do I serve Krishna? How do I serve you? Immediately Yogamaya comes in instead of Mahamaya, Yogamaya. Then I get pleasure in memory to Krishna. It is me who deciding which, just like that's called Jiva, Atma is called Tatha Shakti. Standing on a beach, you can enter the water or stay on the land. So either you can enter the world of Maya or stay in Krishna consciousness. That is our choice at every moment. Once you make a decision, then things take over. You cannot put the blame on the Lord. Blame is on you. Never, never go for these philosophies. We try to wash our hand away from responsibilities. We are responsible of whatever situation we are in today. Accept responsibility first, then you become a responsible individual. The whole plan of the material creation is Krishna wants the children to become responsible, but the foolish children want to shake off the responsibility. I'm not doing anything. You're not doing. Who is responsible? for being trapped by Maya. You are responsible. And even to the degree we are trapped, to the degree freedom is there. Somebody is not trapped at all. Sataguna. If he drinks, it is severely punishable because his freedom is more. Somebody is tightly trapped by Maya. He's almost like an animal. So his situation is different. But even though whatever the trap may be, it's just like a house when one window is always open. So in human form of life, you can come out. In animal form, there is no sin because there is no freedom. But human form of life, never, never, never even think of accepting some philosophy which shakes you off any responsibility. I'm totally responsible for all my activities. Whatever situation I may be in today, it is because of my past activities, but that also you are responsible. And then how you behave now, it is left to you. So where you bring God into the picture of trying to shake hand, wash hand away. No, I am not responsible. Just like somebody may say, what to do? My hormones are acting, so I am doing this. My DNA is like this. No, sir. That's only the hardware. The software is still intact. You, the individual, who has freedom. But my freedom get affected by the different modes that I'm in. So people are of different kinds, sattvic, rasic, and tamasic. So why this analysis? There are various reasons for it. Number one reason is that I have to see how much I am sick. Because it is material. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna is material. So why do I anyway have to know about it? Yes, sir, you have to know about it because you are in the world of Maya. You have to see how much you're infected. What is the degree of temperature you have? It's important to see. Based on that, the treatment will also be different. Generally, the treatment for tamasic, rasic, sattvic will personally different. Just like in a hospital, you have three different people. You don't give the same medicine. You give different medicine. One per person is an ICU. So similarly, sattvic person is a different treatment, different profession, different. Everything is different. That is what Varnashrama, which later became degraded as caste system. In the beginning, it was not a caste system. It was Varnashrama, based on what more people are cultivating, based on how much responsible people are in their personal character. The professional responsibilities are given. And misfortune, foolishness of the today's world is professional responsibilities are given, not seeing their individual personal responsibilities. Both should be connected together. Krishna says, Guna Karma Vibhaga Shaha. First, you have to see which guna the person is in, Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, then we give him karma. But today, no company's recruitment time asks for personal qualities. They say personal life is separate, professional life is separate. But it is not true. Both are interconnected. Guna Karma Vibhaga Shaha. Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. The blessed Lord said, again I should declare to the supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages attain to the supreme perfection. All the great sages. Now you are hearing some sages. Actually, there are many sages. We don't know all the sages. These are the Nav Yogendras mentioned in the Bhagavatam, sons of Rishabhadeva, 9 liberated personalities. They were invited by King Nimi when he was doing worship of the Lord, and they did visit him. Just like Narada, they came to visit him. And he asked them various questions. And one of the things he asked for the incarnation in Kali Yuga. And the very interesting answer they talked about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recorded in the Bhagavatam. And then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu supported by another 100 quotations of the Shastra. Have I in this class talked about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Predictions about him from the Shastra?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, just
No,
note it.
Guruji.
I can do it.
Prabhuji.
By becoming, just remember that today we can do that. By becoming
In
fixed in
3
the
o'clock
knowledge.
class, you told to remind tomorrow, Prabhuji. You
Yeah,
told
good.
it
Thank you.
throughout.
Thank you. We'll do today. By becoming fixed in the knowledge, one can attain to the transcendent nature, which is like my own nature, thus established. One is not born at the time of creation, nor disturbed at the time of dissolution. So Krishna is saying the knowledge that I'm going to tell you, Shruti Phala. Before any teacher gives knowledge, you should tell Shruti Phala. Oh, you're learning engineering. Why you're learning engineering? Because then you'll get a very good job. So study in my college. You're learning medicine, become a. So Krishna is saying, if you understand this knowledge, you will become your nature, your whole conscience becomes spiritual. Because then you understand what's Maya, you keep away from Maya. So that knowledge is important. Okay? Just like people are today for coronavirus saying wash your hand, because something you need to know how to keep away from that virus. So similarly, if you know what is Maya, you keep away from Maya. Now Krishna starts the discussion of the three modes. Sarvayonesha kauntaya murtaya sambhavantaya tasha brahma mahadyoni aham bija prajapataha. Krishna saying, I am the father of all the living entities, rejecting all these speculative theories that that living entities evolved on their own. Krishna is saying, no, I am the Father. I designed all the living entities. And that looks reasonable also to me, but it's another big discussion. You can also keep a note. We have beautiful science and spirituality classes which can develop on various things that Krishna is telling you. So Krishna starts off by saying, I am the Father of all the living entities. All the jivas are my children. Doesn't matter which species they are in. All the species of life. Sarvayo Nishikante. All. So Sarva means all. All the species, they are born from me. I designed them. Not they accidentally they form. Sattam Rajas Tamaiti Guna Prakriti Sambhava Nibadnanti Mahabhavo Dehe Dehinam Avayam. Material nature comes to three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. When living entity comes in contact with nature, it becomes conditioned by these modes. The living entity, three modes are like Maya. We have a beautiful video to show you how on this. The three modes are like Maya. Maya traps us to different degrees and we are stuck. Sataguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. But Krishna is beyond the modes. Krishna is not covered of modes. Nowhere, never. There somebody said Krishna, somebody bless Krishna, somebody curse Krishna. Sir, he's God. Neither anybody can bless him, neither anybody can curse him. He's the supreme personality of God, like a king coming to the jail. He is not pickpocket, he is independent. So that is Krishna's position. So Krishna says the three modes, material nature, are cover the living entities. And the Maya is under Krishna's control and we are under control of Maya. If we surrender to Krishna, Krishna can give call to Maya, leave him alone. And we come out of the three modes of material nature. But today, we became infected by three modes of material nature. We behave according to the modes. We lost our original nature of service to Krishna because being covered by the three modes. I want to avoid video now because the recording is going on. I'll show video at that. Just remind me to switch off the recording that time. Tatra sattvam nirmalatvat prakashikam anamayam sukha sangena badnati jnana sangena chanaga. Oh, sinless one, the mode of goodness being purer than others is illuminating and it frees them from all sinful reaction. Those situated in that mode develop knowledge, but they become conditioned by the concept of happiness. So what happens in the mode is illuminating, you free from yours from all sinful reactions, you develop knowledge. Knowledge is only in Sattva-guna. Many people are trying to learn the study, they say, I'm not able to study because study is only in Sattva-guna. Today there is no studies possible because people are in Raja-guna and Tamo-guna. Tamo-guna you sleep, Raja-guna you cannot understand anything, you only cram because brain doesn't function. You're only thinking about sense objects. There is no learning requires some peace of mind, some tranquility to sit and understand things. When I'm too agitated by Rajoguna, I cannot learn anything. The modern day youngsters, they just cram. They can't understand, no wisdom. Therefore, after college is over, they forget everything. If you ask me, I don't remember one word I studied in college for 4 years. One word I don't remember. I forgot because I never studied. I was just cramming. So when you study, you remember whole life. That happens with Sattva-guna. If you have Sattva-guna, you'll not forget anything. You'll remember whole. You meet somebody, after 10 years also you meet, oh my God, how are you? That is Sattva-guna. Rajoguna means mind becomes very weak because of harassment of the senses. And very simple analogy I'll give you. A computer, first analogy, computer. Computer without virus is like Sattva-guna, works with full speed. Little virus, you're little careless, because every time a pen drive is put in the computer or any file is downloaded, you have to scan it. But you don't scan, you don't have a filter. You should have a filter. You don't have a filter, then you get infected. Then computers start behaving a little differently. It loses the original nature. And then computer collapses, it doesn't switch on only. That's Tamoguna. Another analogy is sickness. The mind and the body. Sattvic person, mind is pure, body is pure. He never thinks bad activity, doesn't even think bad. He always thinks good, does good. Rajasic person, body is pure, he doesn't do bad activity, mind is now gone. Now because his filter was a little careless, he was a little compromising, he wanted moderation kind of thing. Now his mind is blown up. He wants money, he wants power, but it doesn't do sinful activity, but his platform is not vairagya. His platform is enjoy, following dharmic way. And Sattvic person doesn't have no plan of enjoyment. He is vairagya. He rejects all kind of enjoyment in this world. Sattvic person enjoys, but in a dharmic way. A tamasic person is not bothered with anything. He just sleeps. And if he gets up, he does some sinful activity. So these are the three modes. Illuminating, frees on from sinful reaction, and develop knowledge. Now this is what I analyze, a simple analysis for you. Thinking, feeling, and willing. You can think three stages of consciousness. Thinking is a snake comes to the room. Thought, snake has come. That's the thought. Feeling, bhaga, bhaga. And will, bhag, chalo, bhaga. That is willing. So 3 stages, same desire, just a thought. You just saw a snake. Oh my God. I like that. So similarly, so what happens to him? Bad desire comes, it stops there. Desires you cannot stop. You will get bad, but it doesn't think about them, doesn't meditate on them. It gets neglected, rejected, filtered out, and thrown out. And good desire comes and becomes an activity. Grows, and becomes an activity. Again, see, what happens to Sattvic person? Why is he smiling all the time? Because he's working hard mentally. Suppose you are always healthy, also shows that you are very careful with your hygiene. You don't drink dirty water. You are very careful with what food you eat. So particularly when you travel, you have to be very, very careful with the food and water. If you eat anything, drink any water, you get throat and stomach infection. Particularly when we go for pilgrimage, that's always we have to keep a watch. What water we are drinking and what food are we having, hot, boiled, clean food. Otherwise, you'll fall sick. So you have to be careful. If you are maintaining good health, you have to be careful. So bad desires do come, but they are not cultivated. And you're not guilty at all. Thought comes, but it immediately rejected off, filtered, destroyed. You can't destroy in Kali Yuga. And good desire is cultivated, becomes an activity. Bad desire is ignored. Kali Yuga we cannot cut, we only can ignore. Just ignore, it goes away. Now comes Rajoguna. Now Rajoguna, Rajo Ragatmakam Vidhi Trishna Sangha Samudbhavam Tan Nibadnati Kaunteya Karma Sangena Dehinam. The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longing. Unlimited desires and longing. Oh, son of Kunti, and because of this, one is bound to the metal fruitive activities. Person becomes crazy. That's Rajoguna. Now, why does it happen? I'll show you the video later, but understand this. Rajoguna, the person behaves in a different way. Now, his mind is pure. His body is pure, but now his mind is not pure. You see, feeling level, things have entered. Good and bad desires, and there is the harassment going on. Do this. I remember when I was in the college and I met my wonderful friends and seniors ragging on all kachara. I could not maintain my peace. I could not study. I was, do this. I cannot do. My mind was harassing me to do sinful activities. I cannot do this. I have not done in my life, sir. I don't want to do all this. But mind is harassing. Do. I cannot do. That is called the feeling level. So at least somehow I was able to maintain tranquility, but mind is gone. So externally I don't do sinful activity. Inside my mind is lost now. That is the first one is a qualification of a bona fide Brahmana, not by birth, but by quality guna. That's a quality. Brahmana means learning. You should study. Patan. He can easily study because mind is calm. But Rasic person, you cannot. He is restless. He is always in action. Making money, becoming rich, becoming famous, becoming, having lots of objects for enjoyment. That's a Rasic person. So because he has lost peace of his mind, he has to get now objects for his peace and he has to run around for them. This is now Tamasic. Now Tamasic is crazy. The mode of ignorance causes the delusion of all living. The result of this mode is madness, indolence, sleep, which bind the conditioned soul. This is Tamasic, goes crazy, mad. Now, a Sattvic person in the beginning, when he's stage here, actually, when he's practicing Sattva-guna, it's painful. Just like if you decide, this is a super Sattvic activity, chanting Hare Krishna, it's painful, very painful actually. And you are coming, because your habits are there, unwanted habits are Rasic and Tamasic. We have set of habits. And these Rasic and Tamasic habits are harassing me. The mind, body is being harassed by the Rasic and Tamasic habits. So what do? We are in a helpless position. So when you chant Hare Krishna, you're actually having to declare a war against all this. You're trying to change your mode. You're trying to become a different person. But so in the beginning, the process is very painful. Just like every day you are hearing for 1 hour, suppose you make it a plan every day. It's actually very painful. At the same time, the mind is saying, let me watch a movie. I can watch that serial. I can watch that music. I can play some game. I can talk to my girlfriend. So many things you can do during this time, but you have blocked all that. You are hearing about Krishna. So it is painful, but it's a purification. But later, if you go through this process day after day, day after day, day after day, what happens? Finally, you enjoy life. So wonderful. This is so wonderful. Now, similarly, now look here. This person, what is he doing is that now it's enjoyment. I become famous, I become rich, I do this too. Well, later it's pain. All human energy spoiled. I never get time for my spiritual development. I didn't get time for my family. Everything is broken down. Just like a girl is walking in the street, Rajaguna, let me touch her. Then you get a slap on your face. So Rasic enjoyments are like that. Immediately there is a pleasure, but then there is pain. But tamoguna is not even understanding what a person is trying to do. It's pain now and pain later. He's taking some smoking, he's destroying his lung, and then pain later. So sattva is pain to pleasure. Rajoguna is pleasure to pain. Tamoguna is pain to pain. You can note it down. Actually, this will be very nice for you if you want to explain tomorrow to somebody. So this was done. Now let us see the implication of this. Serious implication of simple thing. At any moment, what thought you have, sir, it is in your hand. Nobody can stop you from thinking what you want. It's your right. You can think what you want. That power God has given you. You think good thoughts, you go back to kingdom of God. You think bad things, go to hell. It's in my hand. We cannot blame anybody. It's in my hand what I'm going to think now. It's in a control. You think how to serve Krishna, go back to spiritual world. You think how to do drink or whatever. You can think, and then you go back to hell. So it's our choice where we want to proceed. Sattam sukhe sanjayate raja karmani bharata jnanam avrita tutamaha pramade sanjayate uta. The mode of goodness conditions wants to happen. This person feels very joyful and very peaceful. But only one danger was there, which was I didn't mention in the Sattva. The danger is that the person can get conditioned to the sense of happiness. He may become trapped and becomes relaxed in spiritual life. Because those who are sattvic, they get a lot of respect. And they are very intelligent, they are peaceful. And people think that's the end of their life. And they don't practice spiritual life. They don't serve the Lord. Then they have to stay in the world, and tomorrow there is no guarantee you become Rasik, Tamsik and go to hell. So it's dangerous in Sattva if you become complacent, because Sattva is a springboard. Cleanliness is next to godliness to go to Krishna's lotus feet. But if you stay there just, then you may fall down. That we have to be very, 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 very careful. So Sattvam Sanjayate, so unhappy, people very happy. Sattvic, all the devatas like that. Passion condition to fruits of action. And the Tamoguna is madness. Sometimes the mode of passion become prominent, and sometimes mode of goodness, sometimes mode of ignorance. They keep fighting with each other. That's how that's there going on. The manifestation of mode of goodness can be experienced in all the gates of the body illuminated by knowledge. And this is for goodness. And that is what we tell people, okay, you don't want to accept Krishna, at least be in goodness. At least be in goodness, sir. You have nothing to do with spiritual life, at least stay goodness. Just like we studied in the 12th chapter 2 days before, which have that the person who cannot take to 1, 2, 3 form of devotion service, at least can do sarva karma phala tyaga, can renounce all his hard-earned money for some good cause. That is sattvic. At least be sattvic. So goodness person, when all the gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge, person feels so happy. Everywhere knowledge, clarity is there. Oh, when there is increase in the mode of passion, the symptoms of great attachment, uncontrollable desire, hankering, intense endeavor. He wants a lot of money, he wants a beautiful wife, all this is attachment, uncontrollable desire, hankering, intense endeavor develop. Oh, son of Kuru, when there is increase in the mode of ignorance, madness, illusion, inertia, darkness are manifested. Okay, this is illusion, inertia, darkness are manifested, this mode of ignorance. When one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planets, the devatas. And when you die in the mode of passion, you live among those engaged in fruitive activities. And when you die in the mode of darkness, you go to animal kingdom. When you cultivate unwanted habits, then animal life is waiting for you. By acting in the mode of goodness, one becomes purified. Yes, I told you. Mode of goodness means purify, purify, purify. In fact, approaching the Lord, all the four approach differently. Very interesting. 4 of them. Now the sattvic person, approaches the Lord out of duty. It's my duty. He goes to the city temple, just like your father is there. It's my duty to pay my respects to the father. That is mode of goodness. Not that you go to father with Rasic son goes, sattvic son comes to the father out of goodness. Rasic son comes out of desire. Father, can you give me a car for a few days? Yeah. Tamsic goes out of fear. If I don't go, he'll hit me. So similarly, people go to God. Some people go to God when the astrologers tell them, that dosha has happened. You have to go, and he runs and he's not looking at God. Please, don't be angry at me. Don't be angry at me. He's like that. That is tamsic. Rasic person goes to God out of desire. My Lord, he has more faith in God. He's not so scared of God. My Lord, I need something. I need your help. Some little money more I need. I have to maintain a family and I have some responsibilities. And I have to take care of, I want a good car, I want a beautiful house. Some desires are there, apart from duties. And because the prominent of the desires is Rasic, and he goes to the Lord with a list. Give me this, give me this, give me this. Give me. And the Satoguna person goes to God out of duty, not asking anything. It's my duty, my Lord. I'm your servant. And Krishna conscious highest. He goes to the Lord out of love. That's the highest. So acting mode of goodness, one become purified, worked in mode of passion, result in distress, and action performed mode of ignorance, result in foolishness. Just like that, how he has designed the staircase. There is no way to get out. Yeah. So I could find an example of foolishness. From the mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. From mode of passion, grief develops. Mode of ignorance, foolishness, matters, and illusion develop. Correct? You can see the next one is better. Look at goodness means knowledge, person is wise, calm. Mode of passion develops intense desire. Mode of ignorance just goes mad, just goes crazy. Urdhvam gachanti sasi. Everything is happening because of your controlling thought. If you can control your thoughts, you become sattvic, and if you become sattvic, your life changes, you are happy, and then you go to heaven. And you are careless. The more you are strict with your mind, more great person you will become. And more you are loose with your mind, you go to hell. Therefore, we have to be very, very strict with the mind. Therefore, Acharya used to the morning you get up, you all the gali, all the slippers and brooms you can think of, hit your mind. You nonsense, I tell you, shut up, don't disturb me. You should always, we like to say to other person, say to yourself first. Every day morning, hit your mind, but not physically, mentally. And the night before, take brooms and again hit it. You nonsense, whole day you disturb, I'm telling you. And the mind is such a funny instrument. More you hit, more it becomes healthy and sweet and happy. And more you give him loose, you become crazy. So more you strict with your mind, you become a great person. And more you are loose, you go crazy. Therefore, very demonic propensity today in society is moderation. Sir, moderation nahi chalta hai. I was telling that joke. Thoda corona chalega kya? Thoda dunga corona chalega. Nahi chahiye. So why you want sinful activity thoda sa? And that's how we become tomorrow addict. Urdhvam gachanti sattvastam. And you know how much things are changing. So much repercussion it is having. Not that with the end of life things will end, sir, it will not end. Next life also the harassment will continue of the mind. Some people commit suicide when the mind becomes too harassed. First thing, they don't follow rules and regulations. And then they become harassed. When they become harassed, and then there is problem. Just like we say what? No intoxication, no gambling, no meat eating, no illicit sex. The 4 things you strictly follow. No gambling, yes. Earn honest livelihood, work hard and earn honest livelihood. No intoxication. Why you want to intoxicate? Already why you want to kill yourself? By liquor. Then no illicit sex. Therefore we say first marriage, then love. If you do first love, then marriage, then you would commit suicide. And then intoxication, everybody knows. Somebody famous personality commits intoxication, gambling, and meat. Why you want to eat the Rakshasi Ahara? Then you want to be peaceful after that. Then you'll behave like a Raksha. You are what you eat. Why you eat food like that? So Urdhvam gachanti sattvasta. So if you have been strict in that way and following the rules and regulations strictly, and definitely you cannot follow the rules unless you are chanting. When Prabhupada went to America, he knew they cannot follow any rules. Prabhupada used to joke, had I even landed in America and told you to follow the 4 rules, you would have given me a ticket back to India. Sir, thank you very much. But Prabhupada did not do that. First, he developed strength in them. So I am also talking about these rules in the 14th class. Had I told in the first class, it was, sir, thank you very much. It was very nice to meet you. But now after hearing Bhagavad Gita, developing faith, we should. But even if you're not able to do, doesn't matter. Please keep chanting Hare Krishna. That you don't stop. Because if the fire is burning, even if the wood is wet, it will dry the wood. So if you're a Sataguna, when you come chant Krishna Nama, you'll immediately burn in happiness. Very soon you will spiritually grow. But if you're in Tamoguna, first the wood has to be dried, then the wood will burn. If you keep a wet wood on fire. So similarly, one side we chant Hare Krishna, other side strictly follow the 4 rule. That is a guaranteed 5-point process of spiritual advancement Prabhupada gave. For chant Krishna Nama and strictly follow the 4 rules, you will guaranteed advance spiritually. But to chant Krishna Nama, then I do sinful activities, it's like taking bucket of water up, putting over the whole thing. So if you can manage, that's wonderful. Urdhvam gachanti sattva, you'll go up. If you cultivate Sattaguna, if you stay Madhya Tishtha Rajasa, if you cultivate Rajaguna, stay in the middle level. Jagana Gutavati Adho gachanti tamasa, but you may go down if you cultivate Tamoguna. So you go up or you go down. And you can know this was a whole explanation. This is the lower planet, higher planet, middle planet, or go to spiritual world by chanting Krishna Nama. Choice is ours. Human life is such a junction. From that junction, you can go anywhere. Animal life, it's only one-way road. You only go up. You are learning experientially, gradually, and you have no freedom anyway. The learning by experience. Human life, you can learn by hearing. That's the only species you can learn by hearing. That's a unique privilege you have. You can hear about Krishna, develop love about Krishna, and go back to Krishna's kingdom. And then Krishna continues, when you see that there is nothing beyond the three modes of nature in all activity, and Supreme Lord is transcendent three modes. God is not affected by any activity. It is beyond the three. Array, just by chanting name of God, if I become free from Maya, how can God be touched by Maya? If just by meditating on Krishna, by thinking about Krishna, by chanting Krishna name, I can become free from Maya, how can the very object of meditation have any Maya? Krishna is supremely pure. Pavitram Paramam. Maya doesn't touch him. It is his energy. Just like example Shastra gives of the cloud. The cloud is like Maya, which is produced by the energy of the sun. Cloud. But cloud can cover us, not the sun. So the embodied being is able to transcend the three modes. They get free from birth, death, or everything. You can break out from the cycle of birth, death, older than disease. You are trapped by a cycle of birth, death, older than disease when you are suffering that. You can break from this bond and enjoy nectar in the life if you can transcend the modes. Immediately when Arjuna hears it, oh my God, if I can transcend the modes of material nature, even in this life, I can Vishwam Purna Sukata. This world also becomes Vaikuntha for me. Every moment I'm happy because Maya, if you're sad, it is because of Maya. There is no other reason to be sad. You're sad means you are in Maya. So if you can come out of Maya, I'm always happy. So that's wonderful. Even in this life, I can enjoy nectar at every moment. That's great. The immediately expected question of Arjuna is how to recognize somebody transcend the modes and how to transcend the modes. Arjuna inquired, O my Lord, by what symptoms is one known who is transcendent to this mode? What is his behavior and how does it transcend the modes of nature? Please tell me, my Lord. The blessed Lord says he who does not hate illumination, attachment, delusion is simple principle. That's like Narada was totally transcendental to the modes. So beautiful devotee. Any disturbance of bodily, mental level doesn't affect him. Anyway, it doesn't have mental body or mind. He is totally transcendental entity. But even a person who is pure devotee of the Lord, he is not affected by any disturbance of the body and mind. You know, the body, little discomfort is there. We give up all spiritual practice. No, he doesn't feel it. It's like a Hanuman, our hero Hanuman is flying, bringing that mountain with the medicine for our Lakshmana. Lord Lakshmana, at that time, he's not thinking it is hot or cold. He's not thinking. Somebody on the way clapping, hey, Anjani, you did great thing. Hanuman, you did. He's not bothered with all that. He's bothered on his mission. Like simple, in the temple we have a simple, we don't have to carry mountain. We have to offer bhog at the right time. So you're cooking and you have to finish cooking by 4 o'clock. And at 3:54, you're busy finishing your cooking, spicing everything. Suddenly somebody enters the room. Hey, you look so handsome today. Please leave me alone. I have some work today. So when you're focused on the Lord, then person has transcended three modes. All this gymnastics of the body and mind doesn't affect him. He doesn't care. When they're present or long for them, when it disappears, seated as though unconcerned, totally unconcerned. Just like a house is on fire. Now two of us suppose are throwing water on the fire and I drop the pipe. You say, why you dropped the pipe? Why you're looking at me like that? What the other person, sir, people are dying there. Hold the pipe, throw water. How does it matter how we're looking at each other? That's not very important. So person transcends these lower modes and the disturbance caused on the bodily mental level. Who remains firm, knowing that only the modes are active, who regard pleasure, pain, looks and clods, stone, piece of gold, with equal lives, wise and old, praise and blame to be the same, with unchanged and honor and dishonor, treats friends and foe alike, with abundant all fruitive undertakings, such a man is said to be transcend the modes of nature. Mamacha vyavicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunana samati tetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Mamacha vyavicharena, without any diversion, bhakti yogena sevate, the person engaged in devotional service. Sagunan, this Krishna is giving the process to get liberated from the modes. Constantly we engage in service to Krishna. You should not have 1 minute to breathe. You should pray to Krishna. Krishna, give me such engagement, I don't have 1 minute to breathe. Sagunan samate tetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. The person transcends the modes of matter and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Brahmanoi pratishtam amritya swasya cha shashvatasya dharmasya sukhasya ekantikasya cha. And I am the base of impersonal Brahman, which is the constant position, ultimate happiness, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal. So many people still don't meditate on Krishna. They want to meditate on Brahman. So Krishna is saying, my dear sir, I am the basis of Brahman. Brahmano hi pratishtaham. Not that Brahman is, many people say, at the end, God is some impersonal light and it can take any form. So it took form as Krishna. And I'm also one of the God, but I have forgotten that I am God. So Krishna is saying, please forget all the nonsense theories. I am the establisher of Brahman. Brahman is not establishing me. Brahmano hi pratishtaham. I establish Brahman. Brahma Jyoti is like sun and the sunshine. Sunshine is always based on sun, not reverse. Okay, done. So I also wanted, I have told you also in the beginning of the class, my desire is this wonderful knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Brahmanda Brahmita Kona Bhagavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai Bhakti Lita Beej. I feel many of you are wonderful devotees and a desire to serve Krishna has awakened to some degree in the heart, but now the seed has to be watered. If you get a wonderful idea, seed is also an idea. I got an idea. If I can serve Krishna, my life will be successful. If I understand Bhagavad Gita, my life will be successful. It will solve all my problems. It's such beautiful knowledge it is. Not only good for me, good for the whole world. Prabhupada used to rather say, Brahman, Brahmite Konaba, that whoever is born in the land of India should benefit the whole world. Prabhupada used to many times say that. The people who have taken birth in India, Bharat Bhumila Janma Hoile Yar Janma Sartha Kari Karu Paropkar. Please benefit the world. You are inheriting a great transcendent knowledge. And Prabhupada used to say people are suffering in the whole world because Indians are not doing their duty. He said, I'm one individual. At old age, 70 years, I could convince around 1 million people. What is the message of Bhagavad Gita? Why can't you people do it? And if everybody combines together, individually, collectively, work and cooperate, whole world can be convinced the beautiful message of Bhagavad Gita. You can see where was religion or thing involved in Gita. It's such a beautiful science. Now we say you have 4 difficulties of life: birth, old age, disease, death. Is it that the person in America doesn't have birth, old age, disease, death? Tell me one thing in this whole Bhagavad Gita. You have to just believe. It is reasonable, logical. It is meant for the whole world. So if you can think in a larger heart for the whole perspective, we all can cooperate, spread the mission to all parts of the world. In fact, presently I'm doing in 6 languages. You don't know how much help I need. Translating is there, editing is there. So many quizzes you're seeing, they're put in few languages. Sometimes you see some comma mistakes, sometimes some question is ambiguous. It all requires a lot of time. So what I wanted you people also become part of this wonderful exercise. And the Bhakti Vriksha is the course which will train you to become a teacher very soon. It takes time. My plan is within 1 year, somebody should become a teacher. Within 1 year time, you would have read Gita a couple of times thoroughly. You would have increased your personal life also. You are following the Bhagavad Gita. Now you are teaching Gita, say, I don't follow, only teach. That is not good, no? You should follow also. That will be fantastic. And then if collectively work together, how much beautiful work can happen. Don't you feel so?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Then,
Yes, Guruji.
so then you have everybody has to cooperate. We need so many. Garuda Mataji is there? Who is an our
Yes,
friend?
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, we
She'll
need
just she'll come back in 5 minutes.
huge amount of teachers needed in Telugu. Huge request in Telugu is coming to me for the next batch. You tell Mataji, and I will ask her husband also, who is my very close friend, Vishwapran Prabhu, to also help Telugu. Japanese. We need in English, in Kannada. No, you people can be so okay. At least as a teacher, always before becoming a teacher, we can become a teacher assistant. See, these slides are there. Sit through that, go through that 2-3 times, see the thought flow, and design very good quizzes so that people enjoy the quizzes and we can grasp their understanding. I feel there is a lot of lacuna remaining still because very logistics takes all my time. I don't get time. Some student at home make quizzes he's making, but I have not even time to look at it. So all of you can cooperate. We can do magnificent. Not only that, learn. And it not. Don't you feel you want to teach Bhagavad Gita? How wonderful!
Yes, surely, Prabhuji.
How much satisfaction
Actually,
you get in the heart. Okay, but I
But
need.
we can make it
Please.
very interactive. No?
So yeah, we can see what is happening is that this because of the attendance is large. It is more than 20 people. You cannot have question answer every moment. Otherwise, I teach in colleges. I teach only interactive, word by word. I'm interactive. But in this audience, it is so difficult because this is uncontrollable. This team in September they're introducing mute feature. They have promised when the college in America opens. These are all American companies skating in America. So once that comes, I will be able to more comfortable. And some
Actually,
difficulties you all have.
you can talk to Vishwapran Prabhu. He's actually started doing teaching there. So surely he'll be very much interested. He's contacted you. If you want, you can him
I said,
again.
you send me his email ID and I will talk to him.
Okay, I'll send him. Okay,
I don't.
I'll send you. Sure.
Yes. Now,
Okay, Prabhu.
let us remember. I remember one instance. Now you tell. He did a miracle once. When I used to go to temple, I was a young boy, brahmachari. Not
Mhm.
brahmachari, so-called brahmachari, working in Infosys. And we used to all go, all my friends together. We want to meet the laughing Swami. He used to make us laugh and laugh. We used to
He
go
does
travel.
that even now.
We used to travel 2 hours to just meet him, all of us from Infosys. And all from IIT, yeah, all 5 of us. And we all, particularly 3 of us, laugh and come back. And he said, how wonderful. He teaches everything in such a lively way. And then I remember once what happened when I joined the temple, there was a death that occurred in our congregation. Somebody's child died. He was a huge person, Reddy with huge farm estate. He requested the temple, please help me. I help you so much in your construction. Give me one help day. Send somebody. People are crying here. I can't see crying going on for so many days. And he did a miracle. He took a class. Cannot believe the wife of the man who just died started laughing.
This story he has not told me for sure. I'll remind him and ask him to tell me the story.
Chalo. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Now I will want to show you the small video which I jumped over, which was in the beginning, which is amazing video. I will share that video. That you can also the same name if you can do. See something I need help. Some of you are little smart. In your WhatsApp group, the notes of the class, the quiz of the class, please put it and keep watching on the YouTube channel. Moment the class get uploaded today, it's your class which is going in the YouTube channel. Okay, let me now stop recording. So it is your class.